Um, Today we're gonna be, as you can probably tell from the title, we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. Okay? Something a little bit different. We are going to be ranking stuff. Um, oh, and I probably should have. Oh, hang on. Okay, I'll just add. Ha. Okay. Now we can't see anything. Hang on. It's on purpose. It's so I can do stuff in the background because I don't have another scene. So that's how I'm gonna have to do things. Um, Everything's a bit scuffed ever since I lost my PC because I haven't really opened OBS before then. Um, so unfortunately, we are having. That's gonna be serving as our um, thingy. So I need this one to just be that, and I need. Hang on, that doesn't work, does it? Okay, then I need a second one of this. Duplicate. Okay, I need a second one of you. We're just going to be not this, but this. Okay, that should work. And you are going to be. Oh, this is way too much for my poor little brain. You're gonna be this one again. And hopefully, if I've done everything correctly, if I do this, if I move my image down. Hey, you see stuff. Okay. Oh, whoops. This is not the one I wanted. This is the one I wanted. Okay, no, hang on. I can do this. So, here is the tier list. As you can tell, we have a lot of games to go through, and all of these games have openings, and we're going to be ranking all of them. Um, so we're gonna be watching it, and we're gonna be ranking it, and this is the stream that I'm gonna be struck for copyright for. Hopefully not, but we shall see. Um, so yeah, if I now go and change back to this one has most of the openings, this video that I found. It doesn't have all of them, has most of them, and then we're gonna switch to another 3 videos which have the 3 openings that I'm missing. Does that sound good? So we're gonna watch stuff, and then we're gonna rank stuff. Okay? Sound good? Alright, let's dive right into things. So this is probably going to start off at the beginning. Before Remaster comes out, the leaderboard is not accurate anymore. Yeah, it's gonna age. Hopefully soon-ish. And my opinion can change from day to day, but it's going to be mostly fine. I'll try because I've played almost all of these games, I'll try to keep spoilers to a minimum, just so people can play the game for themselves and OKG business. Good emote. So people can play the game for themselves and yeah, before I spoil everything that they're seeing in the opening. But if something's in the opening, I'll comment on it. Maybe say this is significant and not say why. That's age better than the alga. Honestly, yeah. What's gonna happen first? You getting your shiny or me ranking them all? That is the big question. Okay, so strap in. I know this I've watched all of these openings at least once. Some of them I've forgotten elements about, especially the older games. Um, so yeah, I don't know where they're gonna land on the tier list. I honestly do not. So we shall see. You take along the Alga hunt, have a quick Mesprit hunt. Mesprit comes after the Alga. Monka S is completely justified in that situation. That sounds absolutely not fun to grind. I'm gonna be honest with you. Grinding is not for me. Alright. First opening. Roma suck. Fair enough. I'll try to also say beforehand which game it is. If you look at the tier list, it's organized for like the date where the games first came out. So I'll be also following that. And yes, Roma suck. That's very true. Okay. First of all, the game that started it all, the original Revelations Persona. It says it right here, up top. Oh, I have the mouse, but you can't see the mouse. Wasn't there a way for you to see the mouse? Does say capture cursor? So is it not showing up? What if I click here? Ah! Aha! Suddenly, all of a sudden, everything's coming together. Alright. First opening. Do remember that this is in the 90s. This is from 1996. This first one. It's 5 billion years old. Even if there's a difference between the butterfly and I, the distinction isn't absolute. There is no relationship of cause and effect. Do keep in mind, this was released in Japan. With the English text. I think. Maybe this is the US version. Never released in Europe, the original one. On the PS one. Nope. Just a butterfly flying across the city. Some weird visuals on occasion. This is one of those weird visuals. Pea popcorn. Good one. Oh, alright. Goodbye, city. I guess. Someone learned 90s 3D animation. So was that it? Yes, it was. Oh, this is already part of the next one, I think. Yes, it is. So that was one of them. So that's the original Persona. It's very much a mood setter and not like the modern conception of an anime, I guess, opening that we have nowadays. But yeah, that was one of them, the original Revelations Persona. I think you can pretty much tell where I want to put it, because it only goes up from here. It's very good as a mood setter. It has a couple of subtle references to things that happen, like that giant building that turned into the wooden blocks on the bedside of a hospital bed. That's cool. That's interesting because that's like something that only comes up hours and hours of gameplay afterwards. Um, but yeah, I can't put it higher. Beef popcorn. Oh no, the dreadful D rank. There's not gonna be a lot of D ranks, but I think the original Persona, sadly, is going to D. Okay, so it only goes up from here. Next up, Persona 2 Innocent Sin, part of the Persona 2 duology. There's two games called Persona 2, which are Innocent Sin and Eternal Punishment. Eternal Punishment is a sequel, and it has an adult cast. The, the goddamn burned fur, I love them. But yeah, so we're gonna see again on the PS1. I think this is like 2 or 3 years later. Persona 2 Innocent Sin's opening. So let's crack on. Oh, immediately bombards us with music. Oh no, this was the end of the other one. Oh, whoops. Ignore that. Pretend that we're already at the right place. Okay, I think this is the opening to Innocent Sin. Yeah, because it starts off with the Atlas logo. Research and Development 1. Still in the night, it quiets the streets down. In that window my love would appear. They do love their cityscapes. She's long since gone away from this town. The house where she lived still remains here. A man stands here too, staring up into space. And powerfully wringing his hands in torment, it chills me when I behold his pale face. Late 90s Japanese games loved their mood setter openings. For the moon shows me my own features again. And this is the main cast that they're showing. You spirit double, you spectre with my face. Why do you mock my love pain so? With loud piano. That tortured me here in this place. So many nights, so long ago. Flowers on the swing. Flowers no longer on the swing. And then it picks up. Only now. Took like a minute and a half. But you got there. I think this is the longest intro. The original Innocent Sin one. Or is this already Eternal Punishment? I don't think this is already Eternal Punishment. Maybe it is and I'm just remembering wrong. Everyone's personas. There it is. I think. Yes. Okay. The next one's Eternal Punishment. Shove, how you doing there? It's good to see you. Welcome into. Hang on. Welcome into our tier list. We only have one so far, but we're filling this up. Oh, we can actually change like what the things are. Dire. Okay, we can actually change this. Hang on. So it exists. Is the last one. Talking about slow starts, right? Jikiko's is faster. There was a jump command? Maybe. I can look into that. Maybe. Afterwards. Yeah, I've loved them so far. Oh, jamming. There we go. Yeah, okay. So C is okay. B is cool. A is awesome. And S is like the best, which is reserved for very, very few of them. So, Innocent Sin. Alright, I can actually zoom in the thingy so you can see it better. Hang on. This work better for you? Yes, it does, probably. Right? Not mistaken. Or anything? Does this work better? Can you see it better? Yeah, you can. Okay, so Innocent Sin. What is Persona? It's the most amazing video game series of all time. Um, you'll get a feeling for it. It's like it's a turn-based series, but it has a bunch of spin-offs. I got you into the franchise. Yeah. Well, I only played P3 on stream. The rest of it is up to you. We'll get to my favorite game of all time because it's gonna be a very biased pick for the best opening. But yeah, one of these games, one of these Persona games, is my favorite game of all time. Period. You also got into it, yeah, I know, because of me, because of my awesome streams of Persona 3 Reload. Yeah, yeah. Any of the main three, probably Persona 4 Golden is the hardest one to get into nowadays, but P5R and P3R are like pretty good jumping in points. I think Persona 5 Royal is still probably the best way to jump into the series, simply because it has an amazing hook right at the start. You play like the first 15-20 minutes and you're hooked, and you can't wait to see what's going to happen next. And the first arc of the game, amazing. The best first arc probably of any of these games. It hooks you so much. But then it kind of slows down a little bit halfway through Persona 5 Royal. I think the third palace has a brilliant song, but isn't that good. Second arc is decent, but it's a step down from the first. You're immediately in love with the gameplay of P3R. I recommend you give the other ones a try as well. But yeah, Persona 3 Reload is a slow starter, but as you get into the game more, and especially the second half is incredible. And then there's Persona 4 Golden, which is kind of in the middle. It has a very decent hook because it's a murder mystery, and the intro is the longest intro in out of these Persona games because they have to set the pieces in stone, so you can actually try and deduce things from the, for the game, for the murder mystery. Then it also slows down halfway through. It suffers from the same problem as P3R. It slows down immensely up until, say, halfway through, and then it picks up, especially around the end of October, I believe. Usually, like November and December are like the crucial months in any of these three Persona games. The thing about the Persona series is that these original ones, Persona 1 and the 2 duology, um, they were very much closer to the original Shin Megami Tensei games, from which this series has splintered off from. So they don't really have the same gameplay loop and story loop that the other ones have. The modern ones, 3, 4, and 5. Slow start but good story. You take it over a rushed story with many plot holes. Yeah, that's true. I don't think any of these Persona games, even the first ones, especially the two duology, Innocent Sin and Eternal Punishment, they have incredible writing. They have like overarching narratives which are amazing to experience for the first time, which is partially why I'm trying not to spoil stuff from these games when I talk about the intros. There was stuff that I could spoil for Persona 2, Innocent Sin. You saw a lot of the main characters. The intro was very slow at the start. It picks up. It has a banger theme when Tatsuya, the main character, gets into the motorcycle. But before that, I guess it's okay. It's not an It Exists. Oh yeah, because this is in Portuguese. Yeah, never mind. This is gonna annoy me. You know what? You're getting added to the dictionary. It's not an It Exists. You can spoil your memories pretty hard, so don't worry. No, not gonna do that. Game openings don't hit like the PS1 game openings did anymore. That's true. They were very much mood setters, especially Japanese games back then who had these openings. They were very much mood setters. But nowadays, I just don't think they hook you in enough for modern tastes. I don't feel like. It's an okay. This intro was okay. It wasn't as It Exists as Revelations Persona, but Innocent Sin is just kind of there. PS1 Spyro EOS the Dragon opening. We'll take a look at it afterwards. But yeah. Next up is the last Persona game released on the PS1, which is Eternal Punishment. It was released in 2000, 2001 or something, and it is a direct sequel to Innocent Sin, and it has the only instance of a full adult cast in any of the mainline Persona games, so that's interesting. It has that going for it. So yeah, we are going to be we're gonna be checking it out. Innocent Sin, Eternal Punishment. Yeah. You see the how it connects the two titles. It's awesome. An Innocent Sin turns into Eternal Punishment. It's grand. It has an amazing story, and I highly recommend anyone to play the game. It didn't age particularly well. Innocent Sin's a cakewalk. You can just set your characters to auto battle, and leave the game be until you get to like the boss fights. Eternal Punishment's a bit harder, but they have amazing stories. Alright, Eternal Punishment it is. It's gonna kick off with the Atlas logo opening. Yep. Like the other one. I actually don't remember how this intro is. Eternal Punishment's one. I'm trying to remember how it is. I don't. Oh, now I know. The small snippet of song. Oh, this is a good track, yeah. This is also something that all the Persona games have. They have banger soundtracks. very 90s. Joker. Yeah, I'll talk more about it. There it is. Oh, and this is the start of Persona 3. Yep. Okay. So, in terms of, hang on, let me just do a little bit of this. So, Eternal Punishment. The highs don't hit as high, especially with the song, but it doesn't have the lows that Innocent Sin has right at the start. The mood setter with the weird poems and philosophical quotes. Joker, yeah, I should explain that a little bit. So, the start of Innocent Sin is that there's this phone number. I don't remember the plot exactly. There's this thing where if you call your own phone number in a specific circumstance, it summons the Joker, who is a person who kills people. So that's not good. And of course, that's what starts off the whole game, basically. What kicks it off. So the Joker is a recurring character throughout the both Persona 2 games. Gogga is our resident Persona expert as well. How are you doing there? It's good to see you. And the Persona 2 duology is also a game where you can spread rumors, and if you spread rumors, they start becoming true. Which is interesting because you can spread a rumor like, oh, I heard there's a sale going on at the pharmacy where we can buy medicine. And you give it to the news agency and they spread the rumor and suddenly it becomes true. So you have discounted prices in the pharmacy. Stuff like this. And it also intertwines with the main story, of course. So it's really, really fun. Again, it doesn't hit the highs of Innocent Sin, but it doesn't have the weird opening. I would still say it's so. I'm not gonna put it above okay. Don't want to spread the rumors that lead to the final boss. Good old Persona 2. I need to replay those games eventually. I keep saying that, but I never do. I keep saying I need to replay all of these games, and I never do. But I'm gonna put it just below Innocent Sin, just because the build-up that Innocent Sin gives you at the start and then the payout feels a bit more satisfying than this one, than Eternal Punishment. Eternal Punishment is decent. I like the shot where Tatsuya and Maya, the protagonists of each of the two games, unleash the persona and stuff, but yeah, it isn't as interesting, I don't think. Yeah. The Arcana is the means by which all is revealed. Yep, until you get to number 13, Death. Oh god, that boss fight. And yet the Arcana is the means by which all is revealed. Speaking of that boss fight, and the Arcana is the means by which all is revealed. Is this the original P2 OP or the remade one? These are still the original. I'm doing them in chronological order, so we just wrapped up with the PS1 era. I'm gonna kick off the PS2. So this was my order, Gaga. The original one exists. It's not bad. It's a good mood setter, but it exists. Like I can't put it higher than this because, um, you know, yeah. Innocent Sin. It also starts off as a mood setter, but then when it kicks off, when Tatsuya gets on the bike, it's hype. And then there's Eternal Punishment, which has a lot of cool imagery. I'll give it that. The song isn't as nice. Um, I like the part where Maya and Tatsuya summon their personas, but then they don't do anything with that, which is a bit weird. But yeah. So if you think, oh, okay, these are very much 90s Japanese games openings and stuff, you'll be right. But now we're getting into the 2000s where Persona really started to develop uh, an identity in terms of visual and audio spectacle uh, of its own, separate from the other Shin Megami Tensei Splinter series. So, yeah, I guess this is as good a time as any to switch on. Ooh, why? Oh, I pressed the wrong button. To switch on over to the original Persona 3. Death comes from for everything, but it's also the beginning of something new. Yeah. I guess you've been playing Persona 3. With those sorts of messaging. Yeah. Speaking of Persona 3, on the original PS2 in 2006, I believe, in Japan, at the very least. And it's very blue. This opening has a lot of very, very cool imagery that I would like to go over. Uh, but a lot of it I can't because it'll just spoil the game. I guess we can spoil Persona 3 given we've played it on the channel. And if you want to check out the full VODs, the highlights of Persona 3 Reload playthrough that we did, and episode, I guess. If you type in exclamation mark VODs, it's in the title, somewhere in one of the places. Exclamation mark VODs. You can find the channel where I'm uploading all of these. So I took them out of Twitch because they're gonna remove the limit, and a single Persona 3 Reload playthrough on my channel was longer than the allowed 100 hours. So I needed to export them somewhere, so they are on that YouTube channel, and you'll find eventually more VODs of the streams that we do. There's also some other ones there, like the few playthroughs that I'm going to go back to eventually of Fire Emblem Echoes. and a few others. Your first PMD run is longer than the allowed time. Exactly. See? Dum dum. Very, very dum dum. Anyway, Persona 3. So, given that um, we've played it, I'm going to spoil stuff about the imagery. But yeah, you can already tell a lot of it just based on the intro. You see the protagonist, you see Ryoji, you see the kid who I've forgotten the name of. Pharos? Is it Pharos? I don't remember. Uh, they are all connected to each other because of fate. Pharos, okay, thank you, Gaga. They're all connected to each other because of fate and stuff. Some death shit or something. Yeah, exactly. The full moon, of course, when the moon becomes full. Oh, and this is important. Memento Mori. And here's a good translation into English already. Is a Latin phrase that may be freely translated as "remember that you are mortal" or "remember you will die." Memento Mori. And yeah, it's something that you can tell. Pajama Kun, yeah, that's the one. Pajama Kun. And you can already guess as to the themes of Persona 3. It's mostly about death. And the fact that people die, and the fact that that shouldn't be like a deterring factor to us living life to the fullest. Quite the contrary, we should live life to the fullest because eventually we will die. Akinari. Goddamn. And here's the first imagery of a gun, which is how they summon their persona in this game. They need to validate that they do not fear death, so they point the gun and they press the trigger at themselves to validate that they do not fear dying. The whole water factory is on standby. Cogito ergo sum. I feel, therefore I am, I think. Yeah, I think, therefore I am. And a lot of French, they like French. And here it is, remember that you are mortal. Yeah, remember you will die. So the game keeps reminding you, that's the interesting thing about the intro. The game keeps telling you, like subconsciously, remember, you will die. And you're like, yeah, sure. Until you get to the very end, where you actually die. The protagonist dies. And it's like, oh, wasn't expecting that. I sure wasn't when I first played the game. And the protagonist closed his eyes, and I was like, oh, it's going to sleep. And then I played the answer afterwards, or episode, I guess, as they call it in Reload, and in the original in Japanese. And I was like, oh, hang on. So we actually, yeah, we're gone. We died. It's a bold move to kill off the protagonist at the end of the game. I'll tell you that. Exactly, Gogger. I reacted exactly like that message. You'll die, and I still wasn't expecting that. But yeah, the move that you use, the Great Seal, right at the end, if you take a look at it, it always consumes exactly your max HP. So it's gonna leave you at 0, and you're like, okay, fair enough. Until you remember that you actually died, and you're like, oh, yeah, the Great Seal consumed all of my life. I'm dead. Yeah, it's a sacrificial move. There's a lot of parodies to be made. Well, we're past Easter, but there's a lot of parallels to be done with uh, the life and death of and resurrection of Jesus Christ, except this one didn't resuscitate. But he is the Messiah who comes and sacrifices for the good of us all. Uh, yeah, he chose to die to let everyone else live. He made that choice. But yeah, I still wasn't expecting it for sure. Here's Igus, good old Igus. The protagonist turning into Orpheus there. And this is how they summon their persona. And this part is just incredible, of the song, of the whole intro, of everything. There's Orpheus, there's the shadows, there's a connecting line between everything in life. There's a whole lot of things that I could talk about in this intro. It's fantastic. It's definitely one of the most unique and one of the best, for sure. Which leaves us with the question of where do we put it? I know it's gonna be between these two. I know what I want to put in the best, because I am biased. But we can have several of them in S tier. I might be, yeah, probably. It's just one of the most amazingly constructed intros. Keep like reminding you of the same message and with an awesome song to boot. And it has some cool visuals in a style that we never actually saw in any of the other intros. It's very unique, that minimalistic look. And the song is fantastic as well. The first full moon is so epic. Yeah, it is. And the intro to the original P3 is great. Is it the best material though? For me at least, I think I'll stick it in Awesome. It's gonna be one of the best in Awesome. It's not quite top tier material. Just because I still find some of the visuals weird. I know that's picky. But yeah. You like some other intros of a P3 OG. Same. There are some that I like better, which we're gonna take a look at later on. Sounds really good, but you're biased on another song. Let me guess, you're biased on here, isn't it? Also, thank you for the action, Killer. Yeah, we're gonna get there eventually. All right. Next up is going to be Persona 3 FES, which is the re-release of Persona 3. Japan used to do this a lot in their RPGs, where they released the game and afterwards they released an expanded version with more content and stuff like that. And Persona 3 got the exact same treatment on the PS2, just a year later. And this is the intro. And this is quite a unique intro, because it's like the only one that mixes in gameplay footage from the entire game, actually. This is the Japanese version of the English one. English. Makes sense. Good old Lizzie. So this is quite a unique intro. Every single bit of footage that you see is either part of the gameplay footage, or cutscenes from the game, and especially from episode I guess, which was the big new thing that they added with the FES version, which is an epilogue dungeon crawling about the characters coming to term with the reality that they had to endure and the fact that they lost two of their close friends, but especially the protagonist. Yeah, it's hot take time. Hot take time. I prefer this intro to. Oh, I can't organize it. No, hang on. Why can't I organize it? No, why are you? No, why can't I? Okay, there we go. Song is S tier, but the video is 4Kids level of intro editing. That is partially true. I think it does. I don't know how to explain my feelings towards it. I prefer this song to Burn My Dread, which is the song from the original P3. And I don't think the gameplay footage is that bad. I don't know how else to explain it. I think it's still a very solid intro, even if it doesn't have specific footage made for it. Because it shows off quite a bit of what you can expect when you actually open the game. It shows you bits of gameplay around the city, meeting with friends and social links. It shows you quite a bit of battle footage, and it shows you the cutscenes from the new epilogue that if you're a returning player from P3, you're gonna experience again. So it's not peak, it's not the best, but it's damn good, and I prefer it to the original P3. That's my hot take. Not much to add there, and we're gonna jump into this one. I can already spoil you one of my favorites, which is the original Persona 4 intro. I really, really like it. And I'll tell you why afterwards. So we're gonna watch it. This is still on the PS2, a year later. Persona 4, the original one. Made with Cryware. Thank you, Cryware. Okay, I like everything about this intro, except this. Because that's not the Velvet Room in the game at all. Except for the fact that the Velvet Room in this game is in a car. I'll say it's in a car because if I'm more specific, I guess it's like in the first 30 seconds of the game that you see it. But I'll still be vague about it. everything else about this intro. I love the aesthetic with the TVs and the different ways of showing off the your protagonists, especially the second part where you see like they get introduced in different ways, like a security camera or a recording of a concert, and they get introduced to you in this way, and it really makes you wonder uh, how they got into that situation. It's intriguing. It's cool, and it's a very good representation of the way that the TV plays into the lives of these teenagers throughout the story. Um, I really enjoy it. I really enjoy the song, and this is going to be my first the best. It's amazing. I don't know. I really really enjoy this opening. Um, and yeah, I can't really spoil much more because Persona 4, we haven't played this on the channel. Uh, there's a lot of subtle hints, like, I can show you a couple of them. There's a couple of subtle things like the calendar system and the time ticking down being demonstrated. Again, I told you this is a murder mystery, so you can guess how they find the dead body. And right after you see, okay, card spinning with some of the personas, and you see the two detectives, which you do get to meet throughout the game. Mostly because one of them is your uncle in the game. And the TV world, and you know, it's I really really enjoy this opening. Um, is it the best one? Maybe, maybe not. I still haven't really gotten to a conclusion about that. But it's good. It's very very good. It's one of the best for me. So I guess we'll continue with what is this? Oh, this is the menu. They left in the menu accidentally, I guess. As part of the intro. Yeah, this is the menu for the original PS2 one. Up there for sure. Thank you for validating my hot takes, Gauger. Velvet Taxi Drive. Persona 4 plays on the sun, so yeah, it's definitely in terms of visuals, it's the most light-hearted, especially Golden. The original one was a bit more jabber um, than Golden, which is a real release that's been released several different times. But yeah, it's definitely the one that where the teenagers feel more like teenagers um, compared to the other two games. It may not be your number one, but you like it because of how it's cut in terms of editing and how it syncs the music and stuff. Yeah, I can appreciate the good edit as well. Which definitely wasn't top notch with the FES one. Yeah, definitely here, definitely here. So this is the menu. Yeah, it's been years since I've seen this menu actually. Years and years and years. Haven't played the original P4. I have it. Um, it's stored in my living room alongside FES on the PS2. The European copies, which are very expensive. Currently, Persona 3 FES on the PS2, like on the second-hand market, it goes for like 100 something euros. Insane. Oh, Cass, you didn't have to say that. I like you as well. You're my favorite cheese. I think that it's good to see you. But yeah, it's been a while since I've seen this. I haven't played the PS2 version like in years. Probably since 2015 or 2016 or something. Probably. Then I bought Golden on PC, and then I haven't played it in a while. I could play Golden. Golden is fun. Maybe. You need to go further with your streams on the P3R Platinum. I concur. You should do that. First you need a Dialga. Fair enough. Interesting that they left the menu for this game specifically. Okay, which one is this? Is this the remake for the PSP of the first one already? Think so. Yes, it is. So this is the remake of the first game on the PS1, but now it's remade for the PSP with a whole new soundtrack, which you can immediately tell from the intro. And I actually like the soundtrack as well. It doesn't quite fit the vibe of the game, but it's good. It changes the vibe of the game, basically. To something closer to P3. And this intro basically uses these screens to play cutscenes from the original game. Oh, not the original game, the remake. A lot of the intro is just playing those cutscenes, but it does have its unique visuals. Snow, referring to the secret quest, I guess, that the game has. There it is. So this one, oh, they, well, you can see what the game is. This is a remake of the original Persona game on the PS1, remade on the PSP, which comes with a soundtrack CD. Shame I was 8 at that time and I couldn't pre-order these kinds of things, because I definitely would have. You need to put it on your calendar. So this suffers from a very big issue, which is the visuals themselves are not that interesting, because most of the intro is just them playing like several seconds uninterrupted of cutscenes on a very small window, and then moving on to another segment where they show one or two cool, interesting visuals with like paper cutouts and stuff, and then back to 10 seconds of uninterrupted cutscene from the game. And it's not like P3 FES where they actually cropped the cutscenes and made them like gel well. No, it's just full on the cutscene. But the song is so good. And then buying it on sale years later. Fair enough. The song is so good, but the visuals are not great. They're not great. So I guess since I'm split down the middle, I'm gonna put it straight down the middle. It's cool. It's cool. It has a theme. The visuals are not good at all, but the song is awesome. That's the issue. Does it fit the original Persona vibe? No, it does not. But it's good. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It just stays in cool. I can't decide past this. And been backlog limbo for 10 years. True. Have lots of games like that. Definitely. Okay. That's how it's looking. I like the consistency. How like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. But they still have a lot of games to rank. So I'm going to immediately move on to the next one, which is the Persona 3 Portable remake, demake, re-release. I don't know. It's Persona 3, but on the PSP, where they cut down a bunch of stuff, but they added a new route with another protagonist, which is cool. Which I'm still playing through right now for the first time. And I really like this intro. Good thing to watch while grinding. Someone suck on a Oh, the protagonist going into coffins. I really, really like this intro. This is probably my favorite, like, P3 intro. Period. The fact that every time they show off the protagonists, it's always the two of them. It's always the male one, the original one, and the female one. The dual visuals in everything, including the Velvet Room, because the two attendants, because they got a new attendant in Theodore. And the song and the visuals, and it retains some of the weirdness of the original P3's intro, and you can watch it upside down and it makes sense. And especially because this was released on the PSP, so you could literally turn your console upside down and look at the intro that way. It's great. I really, really like this intro. To me, don't summon Wrench. To me, this is the best Persona 3 intro. And it's one of my favorites. Really, I really, really enjoy it. Team Upside Down. And I'm playing through P3P right now, like slowly. Slowly but surely. And I'm like halfway through it. Not very far. And it's so enjoyable. It's really very, very fun. And it's one of the intros that I always pay attention to, because every time I watch it, when I boot up the game, I find something new about it, which is really enjoyable. Alright, next up, Persona 2 Innocent Sins remake on the PSP. Atlus sure loved to re-release their games on the PSP. On portable consoles in general, they like portable gaming because Japan likes portable gaming. Usually handheld consoles sell better than home consoles over there. So, and the Vita, yeah, the Vita got 4 Persona games. Fun fact, the 3 dancing games and Persona 4 Golden. And of course you could buy and play the PS1 ones and the PSP ones, but like natively they had 4, which is really good for the Vita, considering the life that it has. Alright, Persona 2 Innocent Sin remake, and this is a good one, if I remember it correctly. Yeah, digitally. Hold on. Oh, the masks turning. There we go. There's a lot of cool references I would like to spoil about this opening, but I can't. But there's some cool imagery. I like that the song builds up and then it has like those last 15-20 seconds where it's like very quiet, melancholic, like, okay, here's time for a reflection. I really enjoy it. It's my favorite B2 opening, if I remember correctly. I don't remember Eternal Punishment's PSP one, actually. I need to rewatch that. Also V8, maybe one day. That would be too much for one stream, because I wouldn't have time to actually review them all properly. But maybe for another stream, I'll save this. Oh, hang on, you can't see it. I'll save this ranking, and then I'll throw in the anime ones as well. I'll throw in P5X's 2 openings, because it's 2 now, the mobile game one, as well in there. And I'll try and see if there's any other opening. I don't think so, besides games and anime. Maybe I'm missing something. Oh, and aren't there only like 3 anime? There's Trinity Soul, which is that weird one that's like 10 years after P3 that Atlus likes you to forget about. There's Persona 4 the animation, there's Persona 4 the golden animation, there's Persona 5 the animation. Then there's the movies, but the movies don't have, the P3 movies don't have openings. And each of these has at least 2 openings, so that would be 8 at the very least. Which is a little bit beyond the scope of this small stream. Anyway, Innocent Sin PSP. It's cool. I really enjoy a lot of the imagery. I like this. No, you know what? No, it's cool. I really enjoy a lot of the imagery. It's got a lot of very cool references. I really like the piano at the end and the unwinding of all the chaos right at the end. I might change. No, I think it stays like this. I think that this is fair. A fair assessment. And again, I would like to spoil more, but I shall not. For the sake of preserving, people may want to play the game for themselves afterwards. Highly recommend the Persona 2 duology. It's not talked about much because they haven't been released in years. Last release that they had was on the PSP. So you can tell how long ago that was. They're very good games still. They don't have the formula of the current Persona games, but it's really good. So next up is, okay, this is the menu for Innocent Sin on the PSP. I don't know why sometimes they show the menus. Looking at P3R alone, it'll take 8. You can just spread other Persona games throughout. You don't have to do all 8 of those in a row, you know? If only you could skip random encounters. True, that's the annoying part of Innocent Sin. It has so many encounters. The encounter rate is crazy high. And a lot of the encounters are so pitiful, so it's just auto-battling. It sucks. It's a good game. It just has a couple of things. Couple of things going against it. Why are we staring at the menu for so long? Please continue. Thank you. Okay, video recorded by Omega. Thank you, Omega.
Here's the guys that are bringing you this show.
Persona 4 Arena. So this is the first spin-off that we have of Persona. It was developed by Arc System Works, which make the BlazBlue games and the Guilty Gear games, I think. It's Guilty Gear. It's fighting games, 2D fighting games, sprite-based. The P3 MMO. Yes, of course, it's the P3 MMO. This is the 10 out of 10 platinum. Yes, it's Persona 4 Arena, the original. On the PS3 and Xbox 360. I mean, it's a port from the arcade, but, you know. It's a very enjoyable game. The current release of Ultimax on PS4, Switch, and PC has the story of the original Arena, plus the story of Arena Ultimax, which came out 2 years later, I think, which is a sequel to this game. I recommend picking it up if it interests you in terms of gameplay. If not, look at the cutscenes online or something. I don't know. It's cool. It's a cool experience. I recommend it. But yeah, this intro, I know this intro well enough. It's a proper fighting game intro. The Ultimate in My Arena. That's the name of the game in Japan. They have some crazy long names for some of these games. I don't remember that at all. Okay. Here's the new character that they introduced in this game. Labras. Oh, Caldeo's gonna say Lizzie. Jinx is gonna say Mitsuru. I love their attempt at making Teddy look serious. The bear costume guy.
Persona 4 Arena.
Okay, yeah, this is the menu. Persona 4 Arena. It's got a cool song. It's another one of the problems with where it's got a cool song, but I don't feel like the visuals are quite on the same level. A lot of the visuals are just static shots of the characters looking serious or just walking. And I don't know, for a big fighting game I was expecting more fighting, I guess. It's not bad, but to me it's WWE in it. I would say it lands on cool. It's cool. It lands halfway on cool. I still think I prefer this Innocent Sin on the PSP one. It's not bad, it's cool. And I think that's about it. A lot of those characters, some of them are from P3, most of them are from P4, makes sense. The game's called Persona 4 Arena. Serious Teddy looks more of a goofball than usual. I know, right? Their attempts at making Teddy look serious are fantastic. The board is starting to look like a middle finger. Alright, we'll move on to the next one before we say anything else then, I guess. But yeah, I was expecting more. I was expecting definitely more fighting, more stuff. I was expecting. Okay, so this is Eternal Punishment PSP. Yes, this is. Oh, now I remember the intro. Okay. Maya, the protagonist. Where's Tatsuya, the protagonist of Innocence here? Where's all of the other characters? Yeah, what is the original shot? We'll use it for the PS1. Another instance of the song is cool, the visuals are okay. Like the half of the intro is them summoning their persona and then doing like two of them doing like a semi-attack and then it's over. Why? Like why? It's got interesting visuals, but a lot of it's just repeated from the PS1 one. That's cool. This is one feels like a reaction to all the stop changing shit moaning it got all the time. It got at the time. That's true. That's true. But it's just I don't know. It's okay. It's alright. It's not bad. I don't think it has any much more going for it than the original one. So I am going to put it right here. No, actually. Gonna do that. No, actually. No. This is how it stays. It's okay. It's okay. I didn't find anything amazing. Especially considering the ones that come next. Now I'm looking at this bar. You can't see the list. Oh my word. I forgot to do that. So this is how it's going. I was debating between this and this or this. And I decided on this. I like this one from Eternal from Innocence and better. It's okay. It's an okay intro, but not much more. We have a lot of them to cover, and I only have like an hour left to stream, so we're gonna have to do this quick. Next up, Persona 4 Golden, the first one on the PS Vita. We left the PSP. We're going to the Vita. Just speedrun. We're speedrunning. Like, I'll watch all the openings in 2 times speed. Let's go. No, not really. Okay. You know what? Persona 4 Golden. The harmonica one. So, gotta be honest. I'm very biased to 2 things in this opening. The first one and the second one. No, hang on. One is that Persona 4 Golden is my favorite game of all time. Period. So I am partial to it on the basis of this is the opening to my favorite game of all time. No, I actually have three things. Second one, I love cheery openings. I don't know why, I like happiness. And this is the happiest intro to a murder mystery game of all time. Third, I really like kaleidoscopes and like the going into an image and coming out and it's another image and going into that and coming out and it's another. That imagery I really, really love. I do agree with V8 there. There's only like a couple of intros where they don't spoil who will join your party. I think like the original Persona is the only one maybe. Someone was found killed. Let's be cheerful around here. They're teenagers. That's they need to unwind sometimes. But yeah, so whoops. Okay, there we go. So I am biased. I know I am biased. And we're gonna leave it at that. But yeah, I do agree with V8. They like every single one of these intros spoils who are going to be in your party. We talked about them. We talked about the two inspectors. One of them is called Adachi, and the other one's Dojima. And Dojima's your uncle, and he's cool. Adachi is your uncle's subordinate. He's okay. You could put a tier above the best called P4. You know what? You have just given me an idea. Add the row above. There we go. It's just bias. Yes, I know, it's my favorite one. I know why. It's just because I like the game, I like cheerfulness, and I like kaleidoscopes. Oh, hi, Cock. How are you doing there? Dojima could spot a serial killer even if it was his coworker. Dojima is really not that great of a... They keep saying he's a great detective, but a lot of his investigations turn out to be nothing. So, is he... is he a great detective? Oh no, you tell me. Even the teenager who joins your group is smarter. Anyway, yes, this is the bias tier. I know. It's only the best because bias. Anyway, let's continue. Next up should be the sequel to... Oh dear, no, don't start already. The sequel to Persona 4 Arena, which is Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, which is the one that got the re-release all fancy schmancy in like 2022, early 2022, I believe. It's a decent game. Again, it's an Arc Systems fighting game. If you like the gameplay, go for it. If you don't like the gameplay, watch the cutscenes. It's fun. The story is fun. Oh, I forgot we don't have the emote. Need to add it eventually. With this game, it makes more sense that they reveal almost everyone that it can play as. Because it's a fighting game. They need to show off the characters that you're going to be playing as. To get you excited. But I don't think it does a good job at that. They show off Chie and Yosuke, and then they go into the title, and then they continue with the P4 cast. Thank you for Adachi True. True. It's Smash, everyone is here. Actually is. You can play as basically everyone from the P3 and P4 cast. At least the ones that survive. Oh, and they can't play as Fuka. She's Navigator though. Labrys, the OG character from P4 Arena. And here is the antagonist for P4 Arena Ultimax. Sure. I don't remember the name. the surname. Minaski. Minaski. I guess is on the wall path. Oh, Kono-chan. Oh, Lizzie. Oh, I forgot. She's in the intro. My main problem with the intro is I really like the soundtrack, okay? I really like the song. But most of the intro is just them displaying characters, saying their names, and moving on. And I know that can be a criticism applied to P4G, Persona 4 Golden's intro, but that's why it's in the bias category. I don't want to hear anything about it. This one, I would say, is cool. I'd say it's peak cool. I enjoy it. I really do. But they could have done better with the visuals. I don't know, they spend way too long with the characters and they do them in a weird order because Yosuke Chie and then the title and then the rest of the cast, which doesn't make much sense. I don't know. It stays like that. It's interesting. It's very cool to see the characters from Persona 3 all aged up. That's one of the cool things about the Arena games. Other than that, yeah, it's cool. It's peak cool. But that's about it. So next up, one of the two 3DS games, Persona Q, which is a crossover between Etrian Odyssey and Persona. So basically Persona crossover with the characters from Persona 3 and Persona 4 in the gameplay style of Etrian Odyssey, which are first-person dungeon crawlers where you have to draw your own map. And that's about it that I have to explain. It's also made by Atlus, so that's why they did a crossover. And Q refers to Q, the character Q, which is how they refer to the series in Japan. Alright, without further ado, I think it's time for Q, which has an amazing song. 3DS, not DS. This is pure fan service. It's pure fan service. But it's happy and it's cheerful and I live for it. And then everything, like you get to meet all the characters and you have cute moments like this where Koromaru bites off Kanji's head and everyone's like, alright, fair enough. And Teddy teaching Aigis how to dance and all the Velvet Room people. This is Theodore, this is Margaret, this is Elizabeth, this is Marie. And you get to meet the two new characters. Spin-offs are meant to be fan service. A Dachi True seal of approval. And then suddenly dark imagery. And you get to meet like the 4 bosses of the first 4 dungeons of the game. And it's like, oh, I really enjoy it. But yeah. So again, I like cheerfulness. I like the turn where the song doesn't become darker. It just changes the context because it suddenly has a dark imagery. So for me, this is peak awesome. I really, really like the intro. I don't know why, but to me, it's peak awesome. It's not the best, and it's not biased tier, because biased tier is reserved for one game only, but I really, really enjoy it. And it's one of the few games that I have yet to play, because I do not have a 3DS yet. Eventually, maybe one day, I'll pick one up. Perfect Pyramid. Oh my god, it actually is. Oh, we need another It Exists here. Just use Emu. I like to own the games when I do play them. Eventually, I'll probably just buy them, and that's how I'm gonna play. Just like I'm doing with the Fire Emblem titles on the 3DS. I do own them. I literally own them. They are... Yeah, they're in the back. I would show you, but they're in the back. I do own them. I like owning the games before playing them. So, eventually that's probably what I'm gonna do. And I don't know how I'm gonna play the dancing games, but eventually. You hope for a re-release? Yeah, me too. And honestly, given that they've re-released Etrian Odyssey a couple of years ago, I really thought that they were testing the waters, so they would eventually port Persona Q. Hasn't happened. Maybe one day. That and the dancing games, they are the only ones that are stuck on older hardware. Though, I guess the dancing ones you can play, you have the PS4 version, which you can play on the PS5, but, you know, I mean, let them come to PC, where I will love them and cherish them forever. And before it's an €80 Switch 2 game, honestly, yeah, I can see them selling both of the Q games and selling them still for like, oh, you can get this bundle for €100. It's the remaster. Whoa. Yeah, that's Atlas for you. And then extra content for another €20. True, that's Atlas for you. And I'm a hypocrite because I keep buying the games. Still haven't bought Metaphor. I'm waiting for the real release in like 2.5 years. $120 deluxe edition with Karamata costume for Teddy. We all know Atlas way too well. Way too well. Alright. From one spin-off that I haven't played to another spin-off that I haven't played. No, that's a lie. I have actually played like how do I explain this? I went to a friend's house, so I played like 2 hours of the story mode of Persona 4 Dancing All Night and a couple of free tracks, and that was my experience with the game. I really want them to be ported to PC. And you know that if they port it to PC, they're only going to release it as a collection. It's gonna be like €100. Because it's Atlas for you. The Teddy Disco Ball. Yeah, this the symbol for people dancing. Let's play Yakuza 5 as Haruka. I have. It's a good game. Oh, this shot is amazing. The swirl around. It must have been hard to plan that shot. Dancing Teddy is a lot better than serious Teddy. He's made for dancing. Look at this for a symbol. Persona 4 Dancing All Night. I really want the game. I really want to play the game. I don't want to buy a PS4 for it. So, or a Vita. So we're waiting. Yeah. First time you see a Just Dance game with story mode. Fair enough. Yeah, and honestly, the story mode, it ain't bad. It's not particularly noteworthy, but it's not bad. It's also a sequel to Persona 4, just like the Arena games. And it comes after the Arena games. And it all lines up and links together. It's actually not too shabby. It suffers from a lot of the problems that the Arena games story do, which is just the internal dialogues and never-ending nothingness. But it's not bad. Your PS5 Pro has all three? Yeah, I wish. Yeah, at least P4DS story mode, unlike the other two dancing games, that's true. Honestly, it's an awesome intro. It's awesome. I really enjoy it. I really like the shot where... Hang on. Let me find it again. The shot where it all spins around, because they keep doing all the one tracking shot and this one. Because every time you have a character that swirls in front of you, it's in the beat with the music, like da 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 da. It's perfect. It's awesome. I really enjoy it, and I think it makes a good. It shows off well enough how like the dancing styles of all the characters. We're back on a middle finger format. Wait, really? Oh, semi. We have a very fat middle finger. I see your point. Yes. All right. Next up, the original Persona 5, which is, I know that the opening was directed by the director of Yuri on Ice, I believe, and it shows because it has a lot of ice skating imagery, but it's so good. It's iconic for a reason. It's a very good intro. Though I do have a couple of pet peeves with it. Balls to you too, Yoshi. How you doing? Okay, it has the one good thing, which is people throwing Morgana around. The intro suffers from... You know when we talked about the intro spoiling every character that joins you? This intro also does it, but it just relegates two of the people to just being in the background of this shot. And one of them barely doing anything. Like, I don't know if that's better or worse. It shows them off, but it does nothing with them. And it's like one of the first intros it actually shows Igor, if not the first intro. Look at him. What a nice looking old man with a long nose. Oops, no, I don't want to press play. I want to change to this, on a menacing nose. It's still, it's... yeah, there. Still one of the best. Brett Haru got even less screen time than cheery, fluffy in-game Haru. That's true. Poor Haru gets relegated to background in everything. harder in the original P3, in the original P5, and even in P5R, really. She barely did anything else. Has incredibly small amounts of screen time. She does show up a couple of times earlier in P5R, but not that much that it fixes the issue. Her palace conflict at the start isn't even about her, it's about Morgana. Like, what the hell? Pet peeves with P5 aside, it's one of the best intros. It has the style and the substance, but most of it is just the style and the music and a couple of the messages and them hiding and running and just ice skating throughout. I don't know. I really like the visuals. I really like the imagery. I'm not saying anything that hasn't been said before because this intro has been praised to hell and back. So I will not take any more of your time and I will go to the next one. Oh, here we go. P3 again. But it's not reload yet. It's dancing. Aigis being the mascot of P3, chosen for the logo of P3 dancing. Sorry, I wasn't commenting. I really like this intro. And I was just vibing and looking at the visuals and everyone dancing and being happy. Seeing the Persona 3 cast happy. That's so rare. It's awesome. It's great to see them happy and smiling. And yes, Ken wearing a... Yeah, because Koro-chan doesn't really exist in P3 dancing because making a dog dance would probably be more than what was worth it. And that's partially probably why Aigis was chosen as the mascot. Him back from the dead to dance. Yeah, this is one of those spin-offs like the Q games, Persona Q and Q2, where it's in an alternate dream universe and they'll forget everything when they return. Tactica works like that as well. So yeah, it doesn't really... It's because you don't see Shinjiro, you know that it's after he died, but before the culmination of everything at the end of January. Honestly, it's peak awesome. It has so many cool transitions. It's so smooth, and I really love the color and I love the dancing choreography that they've mocapped for this. The only canonical universes are the bad ending ones. Everything dies, everything perishes. That is not that's why I didn't say that with an Adachi True. You couldn't. You said that with a Copium. Because the Adachi truth is that the only canonical universe is the dancing games. And Aiga's first mission, of course. Anyways, as you can see right here, we have a lot of Persona 5 openings to go through. 2 of them are P3. 4 are P5. One of them's a spin-off that has 3, 4, and 5. So let's. Oh, there we go. So let us crack on with the next one, which is the companion title for Persona 3 Dancing, released on the same day, which is Persona 5 Dancing. It's plays in the afterlife after the bad ending. The one in which they throw the guy in the hospital into the TV. No, that's not an Adachi true. The only true one is the accomplice ending. I mean, what? Anyways, good things for the eventual, maybe fake Persona 4 thingy. Persona 4 playthrough. Alright, here is Persona 5. And I have a pet peeve against this song. It's mostly good, but it's not peak. I have one issue with it. Which is something that I also have against a lot of the remixes for P5D. It's not really my music style, even though I'm vibing to it. Oh, you don't see Shinjiro. It's on purpose. It's on purpose. Play the game and you'll find out. The chorus is great here. It doesn't work. They try to put in the strings from... Look, listen. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. They try to put the strings from Life Will Change from from Wake Up Get Up Get Out there. No. Yes, Wake Up Get Up, yeah. Life Will Change, whatever. They try to put those strings from the original P5, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Obligatory P5 MC looks like Nagatoro Senpai. It still makes me laugh, that's the issue. I think this intro... I also have a small problem with the visuals, is that they're like... Some of them are just Phantom Thieves on roof. Phantom Thieves jumping off of roof. And it's like, what does that have to do with dancing? Give me dancing. So for me, it's peak cool. But I can't say it's awesome. Sorry. Another hot take maybe? I don't know. I don't know if I have any unpopular opinions except the biased here. But this is how I feel. Okay. Next up, we actually have a banger opening, which you probably wouldn't expect from the game because it's again another Persona Q game. But it has such a good opening. Again on the 3DS, it's Persona Q2. New Cinema Labyrinth. With P5 protagonist rapping. The slight epilepsy warning there. It flickers through the colors. The only spin-off title to acknowledge the existence of Femc, female protagonist of Persona 3 Portable. Do you know how they call him in the game? I don't know if you know because you probably haven't played the Q games or seen anything. They call him Kamoshida Man. And rapping Kamoshida Man is peak. This one is one of my favorites. I am not joking. It's here. It's just awesome. It's peak fiction. I don't know. He's called Kamoshida Man. and the first time I saw like random ass Kamoshida dressed as Superman rapping at the camera, I was like, this is top content. And the editing and the way they incorporated like it's great. I really like it. He just puts the evoker up and he pulls the trigger and is like, yeah, I forgot. This doesn't do it. Whoops. It's great. It's one of the best for me, for sure. This is looking very, very interesting, I must say. There's only one It Exists, and it's the original one. For me. Okay, next up is Royal, I believe. The re-release for Persona 5. Yes, it is. It's a version that I guess most people have played, given it's on every platform under the sun. Oh, they're using the Japanese one, Persona 5 The Royal. You can tell it's the Japanese one because it has the golden, the royal. Fan service. I say as a person who enjoys the fan servicey openings. I really love this shot. I really want to show that shot again. Him walking the train and then the Mona open mouth thingy. I don't know why, I really love that shot. I know I'm probably also biased about this one. This game consumed my life for a month during a time in uni where I was struggling a bit. So this kept me very much close company for a long while. But I know it has issues. A lot of it is spent on the same idea imagery, like the Phantom Thieves are destroying buildings. Okay, we get it. Moving on. The Phantom Thieves are playing around with snow. Okay, we get it. Moving on. The fan service with the catchy. Imagine if P4 added that in in the after game with a similar story as the catchies. Imagine just rocking up to the Hollow Forest with the detective. It would be peak. It would be awesome. But yeah. No regrets. It's not going up further up. But I really it just resurrected and helps MC while being openly scum. You really don't get it, do you? And stuff like that. Those kinds of comments. You're a dumbass. I can't do good at that shit. But yeah, it's close to its peak. I really love Colors Flying High. I love that opening. It's awesome. It's colorful, you know, and I really enjoy colorful stuff. Speaking of colorful stuff, we're going to go for another one that isn't quite as colorful. Oh, thank you for the advertisement. Alright, everyone, remember to buy the game on Halloween 2019. Released for 8,800 yen. Here's the spin-off sequel to Persona 5. Persona 5 Strikers. 13,800. I think that's for the collector's edition. Very expensive. Persona 5 Scrambled or Phantom Strikers, also using the Japanese one. Because it has a long ass title. It's a very good game, Strikers. I really enjoyed it. The gameplay is solid. And I'm a fan of Muso games, so I'm gonna buy this the second the pre-orders are up. Keep in mind it releases in 2019, so it may take a while. I don't like that the drop in the music doesn't coincide with when the shadows jump out of the building. It takes like half a second. And it annoys me. And here's the spoiler character. This is also a good intro. They're really getting the groove of good intros. Oh, and this is the last one of the of this video. So don't forget to follow, to go watch this video. This was from 2022, apparently. But yeah, Pratik, thank you very much for this compilation. The Persona series until 2022. Thank you, Pratik. Yes, so you tried. A cat with a catapult. So yeah, go and support this video. In terms of our ranking, it's still not over because there's still a couple more games, as you can see here. I didn't put the P5X ones because I couldn't find good quality enough versions. We'll rank them when we rank the anime openings. How about that, V8? Ooh says ooh. What says ooh? I don't know. Anyway, the ranking, yes. Strikers opening. Oh, the video. Probably. Oh, Take Your Heart. It says Take Your Heart. There. It's awesome. It's below the original P3. The original P3 one is just... it's the vibe. It's the whole vibe and the weirdness of it all and the constant reminders. But yeah. So we've got three more, sorry. 3 more openings to watch. Which are going to be for Persona 5 Tactica, Persona 3 Reload and the episode, I guess, thingy of Persona 3 Reload. So, first of all, hopefully this works. Yes, okay. Persona 5 Tactica. Good game. I really love tactics games, and it's decent. It's a cool game. Shitty DLC business practice because the DLC is solid, not with €20. It's good. It's not with that much. If you can find it on the cheap, go for it. It's cool. Play it after Persona 5. Definitely not biased in one of them. Yeah, we'll take a look at it. It's honestly great, but we'll take a look at it afterwards. Anyway, Persona 5 Tactica. Oh yeah, they kept the P Studio one. Okay, here it is.
Question for you, rapid. Do you honestly just like it?
The original game had themes of rebellion. This one has themes of revolution. The enemies in this game have funny designs. Oh, he's a Benza. So cute. It goes to the menu, I assume. It has the animation of going to the menu.
Let's go.
Okay,
Roger
Does it
that.
have the menu itself?
Let's do this.
it's my leave it to me.
Persona 5.
For Xander mode. I can't say more than it's not allowed by law. Alright. Tactica. It's not as, I don't know, it's probably the weakest Persona 5 intro. It's not that energetic. It doesn't show you things you've never seen before. Apart from a couple of interesting shots. The tracking of the bullet is interesting. But I don't know, it's just, it's cool. It's not, You know what? I'm gonna. It's bottom cool. It's alright. It could be worse. If you didn't know it was a PS4 game, you'd think it's a D. Yeah, they try to like emulate the sort of quirky, artsy, chibi versions of, say, the Q games from the 3DS or something. You know, them having a different art style and design for them isn't bad. I really think it, in a way, it gives them more creativity to explore different art styles and different stuff, and made the game look unique during the gameplay and stuff. And I really appreciate them not going again for a realistic style, which oftentimes realistic styles don't work well with tactics games. At the same time, yeah, a lot of people. There was a lot of backlash when it released because of that reason, but I still prefer that for a tactics game specifically, and the spin-off that doesn't take itself too seriously, and you know, it's this is part of the category of spin-offs of it all happens in an alternate reality and they don't remember when they come back and whatever. But so, yeah, I find it fun. I find it interesting. I prefer that. Fair enough. It doesn't look bad. No, in gameplay, I think it looks better than in the intro. Definitely. Yeah, we only have 2 remaining. It's the reload ones. So Caldeo, you can claim your bias ticket. I know immediately that after you've seen all the other games, it's with mix. Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, you could say the same about when you saw the Q games, the 3DS ones. All right, here it is. Persona 3 Reload's opening. We've seen this many times on this channel, so I don't feel like I have to elaborate much on my opinion. Fortunately.
Full moon again. Crazy how time flies. When I wonder if the path is in the right direction. But I do believe things come to light by accident. When your name's on.
This is the sort of thing that I was doing when we were playing the game, listening to the intro. But I couldn't see because I didn't have a camera. Yeah, back with all the death references, Igor being there, which is very rare for Persona openings. Summoning the Persona. This is how you do like a summoning Persona compilation. It's quick, fast-paced, they don't dwell on it, they immediately move. They're getting so much better at intros. Ryoji there on the block pool. And Vegas next to the full Arcana. Oh, GameSpot, no! Get off. Like, there was a counter move. Damn it! This is the only high quality one that I found. I got interrupted. I feel betrayed. Yeah, I don't need to tell you that this is... Ooh. Is this the best Persona 3 intro? No, not for me. It's a banger. Don't get me wrong, it's a banger. I know that for Caldeo this would... Oh, sorry, I knocked into the desk. I know that for Caldeo this would go here, on the bias tier. It's very good. I don't think it's the best P3 opening. It's very good. They are clearly getting better at it. And the throwback with the use of the basic colors and the... Yeah, it's great. It's grand. Yeah, it's definitely getting in your bias tier. Yeah, it's good. It's peak. It's not quite... I'd say it's above the original P5. The only other P3 one that you think comes close is Portable? Agreed. To me, it's the one that comes on top. Slightly, but it is. And then there's Q2. And then there's the original P4, which I'm not too biased about, because when I played the original P4 and the original P3 FES when I was younger, I wasn't as good at English, so I didn't really enjoy them that much. Not as much as me right now, definitely not. But I still think it's... I still really enjoy it. Am I still making music? I do make music, yes. I installed all my plugins just last week. And I got my PC wiped. I had my keyboard right here. You can hear me smashing on it. I don't have any place where I post my music. My music is for myself only generally, or for projects for other people, which I am working on right now, and I can't say much more. It's P3P above all else in P3 realm. Agreed. To me, P3P is peak Persona 3 intro. Persona 4 Golden is peak Persona 4 intro, because I'm biased. And the original P5. Tanaka's shady commodities. Tada, Terevini, Chicanetta Tanaka. Yeah. Great guy, Tanaka. Anyway, one last one to watch, isn't it? Okay, I found the original. Okay, I found the video by Atlas, so hopefully this one won't get interrupted. So yeah, last one is for the DLC for Persona 3 Reload, Episode Vegas, which did get its own intro. A lot of people thought it wouldn't, me included, but it did get an intro. So here we are. We've also seen this many times in this channel. It needs no introduction. But it's good. It's also good. With his hot deals. Comes from the depths of hell. Good old Tanaka. Contrast in colors on the water. I also feel like it suffers from the same issue of hanging on too long to the same idea and not evolving. The song is incredible. I prefer it to the main Reload opening song. Full and Full Life. I prefer this one. Episode Vegas. It's good. It's very good. Is it better than the other one? I don't think so. I think it suffers from the same problem. It hangs way too long to the same ideals, and then the last like 20 or so seconds don't really get much in many interesting visuals. So I will put it in there. I'll put it in awesome between dancing and Fez. There we go. It's ranked. All of them. Except for P5X, because I don't have those. There's 2 already for P5X. Eventually, if it comes to the West, I'll play it. So we aren't ranking the trailers for the collabs with weird games like SAO. Maybe one day we'll rank the trailers and stuff. Maybe one day. Nice job, good list. Is it the Adachi truth? Only one gets the D. That's true, actually. Because I don't think there's any bad ones. There's the It Exists one. This one is good. It's just a very good mood setter. But I don't think that it doesn't do much for me right now, but it's decent. Same with the old Persona 2 ones. Then there's the Innocent Sin one here, plonked down in the middle of cool. Last rundown before I head out. While I'm doing that, I can see if someone else is. Oh, I don't have anyone else streaming. Well, I don't know who we're raiding. Jinxie, go live. I need to raid someone. I mean what? Anyway, so this one is Bias. It's my favorite game of all time. I love cheery things and happy things, and I love Kaleidoscope, so it's just perfect for me. But I understand that it has many flaws, like it spends way too long just introducing the main characters, though it does provide interesting stuff about them, unlike, like, say, the Arena Ultimax intro. There's Dabs playing HP1. Oh, we might raid Dabs. I don't follow him, I don't think. Well, we might raid him. But yeah, this one does a lot for me. And that's the original Persona 4. I still believe it's fantastic because of the way it introduces the characters again. Like through different lenses, like a concert recording, or the surveillance footage, or paparazzi photos and stuff. I really like that part, and the way it shows off like the main. Thank you. Yeah, I was going to check that afterwards. But thank you for the link, V8. But yeah, how it introduces like the cast, and how it introduces the gameplay loop of like, oh, you go to school, then you find a dead body, and then you go to the TV world and stuff like that. Really enjoy it. Then there's this one with fucking Kamoshida, man. It's peak Kamoshida, man. P3P, the best one out of P3, in my opinion. I love the dual imagery that the game has, the intro has. Reload, Persona 5, Persona 5 Royal. I don't think any of these are particular hot takes. Persona 5 Dancing's intro being so low is probably a hot take. It's just because I do. The music is alright, and a lot of the visuals don't mean much, and yeah, it's here. And then there's Fez above the original P3. I like Fez's intro, but I just realized that I put the original P3's intro is like the lowest P3 intro I've put. Because there's P3P, Reload, Dancing, I guess, FES, and then the original. But it's not because it's bad, it's because all of the Persona 3 intros are good. The 2 arena games are down here for P4, P5 has 2 down here, P3 doesn't have them. It has A's or S's. It's because it's big. Alright. I think this is good a time as any to wrap up the stream. So yeah, we're gonna rate Dabs playing one PS1. We can send some PS1 Hagrids that way. And the usual P4G got the legendary S+1, of course. As long as the OG isn't on top, we ain't writing. Fair enough. P4G is that good. That's true. Thank you, V8. Thank you for recognizing peak fiction from one Iberian friendship friend to another. But yeah, we're gonna be raiding